We are just minutes away from a key vote in the Senate on the immigration bill. We told you at the top of the show about just some of the goodies getting packed into it to win support for it. They are costly. Are they worth it? So Monica Crowley and Jammu Green ready to battle it out. Jammu, to you first, if I may. This thing is loaded up with pork. You still say it's worth it, pass it, despite all this money we're spending to buy votes for it?
Well, Stuart, there's no doubt that some of these additions have a lot of wasteful spending in it, but I don't think that this should be a battle between me and Monica. Americans know that our immigration system is broken, and they want common sense reform that reflects our interests and our values. And if this bill is how we're going to get there, where both sides have to compromise, then that's what we're going to have to do. You know, as a Democrat, I'm not really interested in our border becoming one of the most militarized borders on the face of this planet, in line with Korea and Israel and Syria. But if that's what it's going to take to get these Republicans to vote for this bill, then I'm okay with that.
Hey, Jammu, that border is never going to become that militarized border, because we've been promised over 30 years really serious border security and enforcement of the border, and we have never gotten it, and we're certainly not going to get it with this bill. Look, this bill should be voted down on its merits because it's a destructive amnesty bill. But now that, since Congress can never stop spending us into oblivion, Stuart, now we've got more reasons to vote this bill down, which is it's loaded up like a Christmas tree, like the original stimulus bill, with all of this omnibus spending, like Harry Reid giving handouts to Vegas casinos and so on. They cannot help themselves, even in a bill that is distinctly, even with things that are distinctly unrelated to the core mission of the bill, which is ostensibly immigration.
I'll ask you both the same question. I'll go to you first, Jammu. Isn't this the nature of current legislation? Everything is loaded up. You've got to buy votes from both sides of the aisle to pass just about anything. It was true of Obamacare, it was true of financial reform, and now it's true of immigration. If you don't load it up, you can't pass it. Jammu?
Hey, I'm not going to disagree with you, Stuart, on that point. I wish our politics operated different. I wish that we could get to compromise without all of these different bells and whistles being thrown in it.
Why can't it be simple? Why can't it be simple? Why can't you say, you're in, we'll document you under these circumstances, and we'll close the board? Why can't you just do that? Why not?
I think you should go to the Republicans in the Senate and the House who are trying to kill this bill and fighting it tooth and nail, who are on the wrong side of history. You've got Senator Jeff Sessions, who is at risk of starting to seem like one of those guys you see walking around in the big cities screaming at the top of his lungs, and everyone's looking at him like he's crazy because he doesn't know what he's talking about. No.
Senator Sessions is one of the few actually talking common sense on this bill. This bill has very little to do with actual immigration. They've given away the story
doubling the border patrol
security, which we know
doubling the number of border patrol.
Jammu, why would you accept the promise in this bill of border enforcement when they haven't done it in 30 years? Why now would be different? Of course it's not going to be different. This has nothing to do with the immigration. This is all, the Democrats have played this brilliantly. This is about flooding the zone with new Democratic voters so they can get a permanent voting majority. And enough Republicans have gone down the road and fell for it that this is where we are. This bill should be voted down.
I think there are some very key Republicans, John McCain, Senator Jeff Flake, who are from a border state that understands immigration and the impact of it.
Yes.
You have a number of Republicans who have said this bill does what it needs to do on border security. And then you have Jeff Sessions, and what I'm hearing from you, Monica, are Republicans who just absolutely, there is nothing that could be put on the table to make you want to go the humane and economically right for this country route
earlier on this
of
show
making
today,
sure that we have a pathway to citizenship.
Earlier on this program today, about 45 minutes ago, we have Sheriff Arpaio. He's right on the border. He's dealt with the border for 50 years. He does not like this this proposal in the immigration bill. He doesn't like it. What do you say to that?
Well, I don't have anything to say to the sheriff. There are many things he does that are inhumane and have nothing to do with border security. I think what this comes down to is common sense and a reasonable compromise where President Obama isn't getting everything he wants in this bill. Republicans aren't going to get everything they want in this bill. But that is how politics moves forward.
The immigration system is not broken. We have plenty of laws on the books. What's broken is that the executive branch under Obama, but also under previous presidents for the last 30 years, have not enforced the laws currently on the books. That's all they need to do, and the situation would be resolved.
All right, everybody.
And what about those 11 million undocumented immigrants?
I'd love to get into it, but, time's up, time's up. Jamil Green, thank you very much indeed. Monica Crowley, you too. Thanks a lot, everybody.